Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about DC and Marvel's whole argument, copyright bullcrap of Captain Marvel. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because I'm about getting real sick of the mistreatment that DC has for the Marvel family, and I'm kind of aggravated with Marvel as well, because it's just kind of like, come on now, y'all know the damn difference between Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel DC. It ain't that damn hard. One is a character that came from Wiz Comics and Fawcett Comics years ago, that has a whole family that literally has Marvel in their name way before Marvel even started. Just because the company is called Marvel doesn't mean that they actually need a character with Marvel in its name. I just don't understand that. Like, I understand how copyright works, but sometimes it's just kind of like, can y'all stop? Like, DC, stop trying to call the Marvel family Shazam family, or trying to call the character some kind of form of Shazam, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Mary Marvel, Captain Marvel Jr., or King Marvel, something. But y'all gotta stop with this Shazam bullshit. We got a wizard called Shazam. You have to say Shazam to get the powers, and yet the damn characters are gonna be called Shazam? That doesn't even make the damn sense God gave. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta think. It just doesn't. Like, we're not stupid. I'm sorry, Jeff Johns. Why did you think we were stupid? Talking about, I didn't think that people will understand the difference between Captain Marvel DC and Captain Marvel Marvel. Well, dummy, before 2011, we knew the damn fucking difference. What are you talking about? We knew that the book couldn't be called Captain Marvel, but we knew the book was called Shazam. But in the stories, they call him Captain Marvel and the Marvel family. Stop trying to figure out other things to call them. Call them what they are. Those characters were already copyright years before Marvel even took the copyright of Marvel. So it just doesn't make logical sense. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of certain characters can't be what they are because other companies got the damn name to it. Okay, you just don't promote it. But in the movies, like Shazam movie, just call his fucking ass Captain Marvel. That's what it is. That is what it is. Or in Young Justice, they had Mary Barnfield, right? But the bitch couldn't even use her powers fully. But that doesn't make any sense, because Mary can't use her powers outside of being in her magical form. So it just doesn't make sense why she's not in her Mary Marvel form. And then, of course, because years done happened, we don't get to see what really transpired. So that's another annoying thing. Like, you got these characters here, but you don't really want to dwell into them because you done changed so much about them. I'm sorry, the New 52 versions of the Marvel family, trash. I'm just gonna be honest, trash. The whole diverse family of color don't work. Yeah, in the movie it's cute, whatever and stuff like that, but I'm not feeling it, and a lot of people weren't feeling it. I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, the movie's cute. I'm not saying that the movie wasn't good. What I'm saying is, outside of the movie, in shows, comic books, it just doesn't work. You have not yet shown me why we needed a diverse family of Marvels when you already had Captain Marvel characters that you neglect. That's the thing I'm talking about. You're neglecting the Big Cheese and most of his supporting characters and his makeshift family that he created on his own. And then to take away Billy and Mary's relationship towards each other, where they're fucking twins, fraternal twins who got separated. Come on now. Or Freddie Freeman being a fan of Captain Marvel, and when he got injured, Captain Marvel told him, if you say my name, you'll get my power. and he became Captain Marvel. And even then, when y'all transition, married the from the red to a little bit more mature, and then she went to the white, then she went to the black, and then she went back to white. You know, you already had that character development for those characters. And then even then, when Billy had to transition to become King Marvel or Marvel, whatever they call, I forgot what they called him, and Freddie had to take over as Captain Marvel. You already had enough of that family dynamic right there with the characters. What you should have just did is, when you did the Captain Marvel stuff, especially when they did Shazam Rebirth literally should have went back to pre-New 52 Captain Marvel days. I mean, I read it. I didn't finish reading all of Captain Marvel Rebirth run, but the problem is, because you have made Freddie part of this adoptive family dynamic thing, he doesn't get a chance to stand out on his own anymore like he used to. He's stuck with the other three diverse characters that really aren't that interesting. Like, trust me, I read them and I'm like, I do not care about these kids. I only care about Billy, Mary, and Freddie. I really don't. I'm just gonna be perfectly honest with you. And then in the books, they don't know what to call themselves, because they can't really call themselves much of nothing. When it should have been whatever the fuck their name is, Marvel at the end. That's it. And besides Freddie, Captain Marvel Jr. I'm sorry. Sorry you don't like it, but it's really annoying to see the degradation of the Marvel family, because DC had a pissy fit that their character was doing better than Superman at one time, and then brought them and then forgot to buy the fucking copyright claims on it. That doesn't even make no damn sense. Jesus Christ. I just don't understand why the Marvels can't be the Marvels. They really need to be the Marvels. They really need to be the Marvels. It doesn't work any other way. It really doesn't. And trust me, I mean, is Marvel really doing much with Captain Marvel besides Carol Danvers? And let's be honest, who really cares about Carol Danvers? The only Captain Marvels I want to see from Marvel is Marvel or Monica Rambeau. I don't care about Carol as Captain Marvel. I care about her as Miss Marvel, but I don't care about her as Captain Marvel. And yeah, you had a movie, but that really wasn't much of nothing. People don't even like Brie Larson. It's not a secret. She was flat as a board. Her performance was wooden, and she can't carry the movie by herself. That's why they named the sequel The Marvels. I think DC should be allowed to use the word Captain Marvel Jr., Mary Marvel, and the Marvel family. They were there first. I'm sorry. They were there first. They do have every right to be labeled as that. You can call it Shazam. The movie can be called Shazam. The book can be called Shazam or whatever. But the characters need to be called what they originally were called. And hell, to be honest, Mary Marvel and Captain Marvel Jr. should be able to have their own solo runs. I don't see why not. Because yeah, the name Captain Marvel is copyright, but not Captain Marvel Jr., I don't believe. And if it was, what has Marvel been doing with Captain Marvel Jr.? Like Marvel, DC, y'all know the difference. The people who work there know the difference. The fans know the difference. People who are fans of Captain Marvel DC want to see Captain Marvel and his family be something, but y'all been restricting them for a long time, and the changes that Jeff Johns made did not work. That's when they brought him back, they act like half of the stuff didn't happen, where he was this angry boy or whatever, but he's like now this loving character that he should have been from the get-go. It's really not that hard to see. Captain Marvel's not a hard character to get. He is literally a big kid version of Superman. He's a kid in an adult body having fun being a superhero. Yes, he says the golly gee, oh boy, and lines like that because he's a fucking child in a grown man's body. The same with the rest of them. It's okay for them to talk like children because they are children. They just have superpowered forms. That's all that is. I don't understand why we can't get them to be who they should be. Like when I picked up Shazam books back in the day, I already knew about the copyright stuff. But they allowed me to still have him call Captain Marvel, Mary Marvel, Captain Marvel Jr. or CM3 for Captain Marvel Jr. because he couldn't, because sometimes he couldn't say Captain Marvel. Like, what's your name, son? Captain, no, Jesus, I can't say it. But at least it was something. I enjoyed when they brought them back in the DC universe before pre-New 52. Before the New 52. And now they're just there. They're just there. And DC doesn't really know what to do with them. Well, all you have to do is just take the comic books of the Fawcett and look at the stories and come up with some concepts using those characters in creative ways. It's not that damn hard. But changing everything about the Marvels doesn't make any logical sense. I need y'all to understand. Stop rebooting these characters' origins and trying to retool them to fit today's society. You don't need to. You don't need to. Captain Marvel is a product of his time, but at the same time, he still is a fucking little child being a superhero. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, some people might think it's cheesy, but it is what it is. It's pretty cool to kind of see this free-spirited child and, his makeshift family that he found that wasn't forced on him. That wasn't forced on him, Jeff Johns. That wasn't forced on him. Them being these little kids with amazing powers and just trying to do their best to save the day. And I have no problem with that at all. I really don't. I think it's a cute little thing, and it can be a good all ages book for kids too. And then there are going to be times where you can get really dark and deep with the storytelling. There's nothing wrong with that as well. But y'all know, y'all got to be willing to do something. But this right here, this we can't really say much, or we're not allowed to. Like, even in Young Justice, they set up there and retitled Captain Marvel as Shazam. When prior in Young Justice, it was Captain Marvel. They're not banned from calling the character Captain Marvel. So just call his ass Captain Marvel. And you call Mary Marvel. And you call Freddy Captain Marvel Jr. That's it. It's really not that damn hard. Y'all really got to do something with Freddy too, because right now Freddy is becoming one of the unnecessary children, along with Darla, Eugene, and Cho. Like, they're useless, to be honest. And I'm just going to be honest. I've read the book with them in there, and those three characters, I don't care about. And yet they're throwing Freddy in it because they're not making him a priority character like he should be. Mary, Billy, and Freddy are important characters to them, especially to the Marvel family. And to sit up there and pretend like they're not is, disingenuous and is highly disrespectful, to be honest. I don't know what the hell y'all thinking, but y'all need to do something, because this ain't working out for me. I want to see a return to form, and I'm tired of the whole copyright bullcrap nonsense where they act like we can't call the characters if they share the same name. People know the difference between Marvel's Enchantress and DC's Enchantress. You get what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Captain Marvel. You know the difference between Marvel's Captain Marvel, and you know the difference between DC Captain Marvel. Like, let's go. There's no excuse. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.